And welcome everyone. Hello. Yeah, we have some noise from the heater that's done, not the air conditioning. So sorry about that. Shh. It is not your computer. It is not your ears. It is actually air conditioning, or I should say heater, this time of year. I'm Monster to Mermaid. And look what we've got here. We've got everybody dressed in costume. I'm so happy because this is not my primary city. When you have more than one city, you can only change the skins in the city that you are that is your primary city. And Arnaaluk has now become secondary while we work on Petit Arnaaluk. But this is Arnaaluk, and this is what we have this year. We have the nether skins, and they are really fun. We've got lots of piglins, lots of skeletons, lots of blazes, and it's a very fun thing. Thank you, Minecolonies team. It is part of the mod Minecolonies, and we have these wonderful costumes. Now in Twitch this morning, today is the 29th of October of 2025. If you are watching within a couple days of this, you will be able to go to Twitch and see the Twitch stream, and you'll be able to see in detail where we came to the gatehouse. This is the gatehouse level 3. This is a Shire gatehouse. And in through here, this is where the hut lock is. I haven't done anything with this room yet. I'll have to figure out what I want to do. However, we have 2 archers living here, and we did do something with their rooms. So with Galilea's room, we gave her, she has a picture out on her table, on her chest of drawers. I think that's a drawer chest there. And her bed, and she also has a cabinet full of clothing. And then Annabella, I'll have to look at, I think it's Annabella, and Annabella has this room with her little flower that she's growing, and some books and some things, as well as her closet right here, and her luggage. And so that is both of them having a more comfortable room. And then this goes back up to the gatehouse proper. This is how the people on land come into the gatehouse. Now, we didn't do anything. This is right here. There isn't anything to do here. This one either, but these two, 3 right here actually need some kind of decoration similar to what we have down here. So why don't we do this? Let's come here. And by the way, on this date, at this particular time, one of the servers, or one of the engines that Minecraft uses, is down. So I'm actually playing offline, which means that I don't have access to my normal skin, because that's online, believe it or not. And so you're not going to see much of me today because I don't look like me, and I don't want to look like what I look like without my own skin. And so I'm just saying that in case you wonder why I'm not showing myself. So we need pots. Let's get some pots for a minute. Because if we don't put the trees in pots, they'll grow. I forgot druids have this power to grow trees anywhere. And the actual earth reason why that is the trees, which is part of all the biomes we've gone. And the trees grow. They just grow. And so let me get a pot, and then we'll look at some saplings for a minute. And we could just go ahead and do the jungle. We could do birch. like those. And we could do acacia and we could do dark oak. So that's 4. So I think there's 4 openings here, and there is. And we're coming over to this side right here. So there are openings here as well. And we're going to take this part away, and this is going to be difficult. I think the sand's going to fall out here, and I don't think there's anything I'm going to be able to do about it. Yep, just let all the sand fall down, and then we'll fix that in a little bit. And we need a light here. And so yeah, this is what I'm doing today. How are you? How are you doing? And then put the, what's on top? Concrete white on top. Here, we'll have to go and fill that hole so nobody falls in. And then what are they sitting on? I think the pots are now, yes, just sitting on the dark gray. So we'll change this part to dark gray here. So we're waiting for everybody to get done. People are still working towards the fact that we have an event coming up. We just use these trees so I can take this away and bring down what? Ooh, it went away completely because I didn't have any room for it. The glass? No, the glass is here. Everything's fine. Okay. So let's put this glass here and here, and that closes up that area. Okay. Let's do the same with this, and then I'll get sand to put on the other areas here next time. I'll have to fill up those holes later. Just come back here. Put this on top, and right here, right? And then the pots. And why don't we go ahead and put the birch in here? I like those. And then we'll put this on. And that's good. Let's do it again. And there we have that. This is going to be interesting. I'm not going to be able to have that right there. Oh, it's the light for this one. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, let's see what happens if there's no light in here. Oh, how curious. That one, the light's going to be out. The light's going to be out here too. You're not going to be able to have the light in these 2 bottom ones right here, because of what's going on right there like that. Fascinating. And right here, let's bring this part up. Right here. That takes care of that. Right here. And I guess we can put a light there. We can. And put the light up here. Interesting. So both of these are going to be dark, unless we put the light above. Let's do that one like this one like this. That's good. Do the same with this one. Yay! The heater just went off. Yay, team. Alright, and then put this in. Alright, and that allows us to have this. Oh, and look, it puts one there, which is good. That means we don't have to put one right next to that one. So we can take those out. And we still have one in this location. Hold on. Which is fine. Is this a box? Hold on, let me see if the ceiling is white or gray. Ceiling is white. So the ceiling here is supposed to be white. And there it is. Good. All right. And then pots. So we did the birch, we did the acacia, and so now we have jungle. Put that there. And then over here, this pot, we have dark oak. Try the lollipop ones. Those, or broccoli or something. They look like that. And we have one more on this side where we have to have one. So let's make the saplings go away here. Let's look at saplings again. We could just go ahead and do the oak. Oh, but let's do spruce. We'll do the spruce. And this is going to be curious. I don't think we're going to need to put in any lights in this area. So we take that. Wrong thing. This here, this, and this, and the white for this part right here, here, and for the top. There we go. Okay, and then pot holders. No, yeah. They are holders. Let's do that one right there. We've got that. Let's take this here, and this one here. These are chipped glass that we're using in this area right here. Everything else seems okay. Let's go out here and get some sand, and let's fill in the holes that we made. Put some things in. Let's take some snow and put on that part there. But right here, let's cover this whole thing with sand. Right in this part. And put the sand all the way up in this area here. Do we want to do that, or do we just want to go ahead and put Can we put this on it? No, we cannot. So we would have to put extra sand, or just leave it. I'm just going to leave that part. So it looks like that. Ah, here we go. And then we need snow on this section here, and that's not going to melt. There we go. Nice. Okay. So that kind of gives us an idea of how this looks. Let's go down. I can look out these windows. Out that window there. I can look here. And right here, and they can look here. How do I feel about this right here? That's the one that's there, so we can't do anything about it anyway. And that's the one for those. And that takes care of that. So just promise everybody. He's vanished. Usually he's sitting right behind, but I think he has gone. He didn't sleep well last night, so I think that's probably what's going on. And he is taking a nap. Now, this is a interesting day. So Wednesday is, when I'm in the Midwest, is one of the days that I skate. But during the summer, I was skating during the day. At night, in the winter, because of school being open, the skating rink times are nighttime. So I'm going to skate tonight, roller skate, yes, not ice skate, roller skate, and not blade skate, quad skate, old-fashioned quad skate, and I love it, in a rink, and it's wonderful, and I'm just going to have a wonderful time later doing that. See, this is because something's wrong with Minecraft and we can't get into the regular loader, and so that is like a Halloween costume for me, believe it. That is definitely a Halloween costume. So we're gonna put these things away here, back into the library. And people are asleep. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And so that is what we did earlier. We gave Annabella, and let's just make sure. Let's just not play games. I mean, what if it was your name? Wouldn't you want it to be right? Let's see who it is. It is Annabella and Galilea. Annabella and Galilea are our 2 archers. We're going to have a 3rd at some point. And here's Stella Rao. Ooh, do I have that name already? Let's look at Arnaaluk for a minute, Arnaaluk people, and let's see if I have that Rao name. That sounds familiar. Yeah, and not just because of the Kelsey. Look, there we go. Kelsey. Now, Kelsey just came in. So this is like either a cousin or something of hers. And Kelsey, and let's see, Mildred, and that Mildred is Dr. Rao, the doctor, Mildred, and that is fascinating. So Mildred and Annalea, Mildred and Kelsey, and this Stella are related. Now, so let's see if she wants asylum. There's mana and there's focus. We're gonna rescue this child. We're gonna rescue her. If I can find her again. Let's see if I didn't miss her. Let's see if we can rescue her. Let's come up here. It is snowing. Wow, look at this, it's snowing. Let's look here. Now sometimes they like to come across, but I don't see anyone walking across the ice right now, so that's good. Let's come down here and let's get, let's look for her down here. So we're looking for Stella. Stella! Stella! And let's see if she went down these halls into the library or someplace. Oh, I hope she wasn't leaving. And it's daytime, and Spencer and River. So River is one of the first 4. And Spencer is her friend. They have lived together. They're not official. They don't have an official. They're not officially married. How's that? What we call married here is they haven't chosen each other, but they have been together for a long, long time. And so when River came down to work on these projects, Spencer came down to study. To get a chance to do some competitive archery work and also to train archers, and he loved it. And he introduced River to it, and River loved it. So River has decided to join him as an athletic trainer. She's going to get some breakfast. And Case took over for building.
Is there a problem?
No, there's no problem. You're waiting for those things. I'm going to have you ask for them again in this stream, because sometimes when you get out of the game and get back in, they forget. So we'll let Case. Now Case moved down here so that he moved into the house, into the apartment that River had. No, there was no apartment. He moved into the hotel. River was staying in the hotel, and now he's staying in the hotel until he gets done with the build here. And so that's what's going on right now. I heard a bat. We can get bat infestations in here because we have some dark while the hotel is being built. Whoa, who's that? Anakin. Oh, nice name, Anakin. Ooh, let's look and see. Whoa-ly coly. Look at those freaking numbers. Do you think he's a thief? Let's see if we can find him. Whoa. Do you see those numbers? They're outrageous. What was that? That was someone getting breakfast from Kelsey. Which way did he go, I wonder? Let's go this way. Let's say that he's headed to the tavern. If he's going to the tavern, he could come this way. Yes, he could. Could come through the dairy farms, but it's more than likely that he used one of the other hallways.
I'm singing in the rain.
Yes, it's pouring down rain, or it's sleeting. It's sleeting in some of the areas. We're going to go this way. And we can go down this main corridor here, past Michaela's bee farm. We have 2 bee farms, and there he is. There's Anakin. 11 diamonds. You know he's a thief. You know he's a thief. Do you want to have some fun? We could have some fun. We could give him the illusion of diamonds. And if he doesn't stay, the minute he leaves the colony, the minute he leaves the city, the diamonds turn to sand. They turn to sand, and he opens his bag, and it's full of sand. Let's see if he's for real. He didn't turn to sand. That is interesting. Hold on, let's look and see. Did I actually get him or not? It looks like I did, but I'm having trouble now. Let's come to here. Yeah, he stayed. Bartolot. Let's see if we have a Bartolot, and then we'll look for Stella. We are allowing ourselves Bartelot. And there aren't any, so he is the first Bartolot that we are going to have. And arrivals with family, so he comes down here. Ryan Delgadillo was one of the last adults that we got, and now Anakin B. Bartolot, T-E-L-O-T, and he is going to be a druid. We're going to have him stay at the university and get settled first. He'll be in the university for a while and get acclimated. In other words, because he is being essentially rescued, Mildred, our doctor, or Laura, one of our two doctors, Laura and Mildred, will look at him and see how he's doing. physically and mentally. And then he will get a chance to look over how the Arnaaluk is set up and what would be expected of him as a member of the society here. And then he will pick a job. And because he has so much mana, it's more than likely he's going to want to still be a druid. And the question is whether he wants to be a tower druid, a peace druid, a mine druid, or he could be an archer, or he could be an explorer. And those are all different. So we have 5 different categories of druids. Let's come here and let's look. And there's Anakin. And sure enough, he needs to finish his education. And that's actually what he wants to do. He never got a chance to study. And he would like the opportunity to study and finish his education. So we're going to have Anakin be here for a while. Now, when we have kids, we'll see. There should be room for kids as well as for him, but we'll see when the time comes. And we're going to stick him into one of these dormitories here, and I think he can go into this back dormitory right here. This is where university students and researchers stay. And sure enough, there's plenty of room for him right here, and that's good. Travis, you're too far away. Let's undo Travis. Travis is 137. I had no idea, Travis, that you were living so far away from home, from where he works. So he's still in the dormitory where he used to be, and I think...
I'm finally done for today.
Oh, good. That's good. I think Travis is actually a part of the second warehouse. We're going to come down and see if that's true. And we still haven't found Stella. We might not find her. She might get away. But if she does,
The buffet at the restaurant.
it just means that she didn't really want to be here. Let's come here. Let's look here. And let's see if he is here. And sure enough, he is. So let me see
I hope
if
it stops raining soon.
he should be here, that means. This is the logistics center for the second warehouse. There's Brandon, and there's Travis right here. So this is Travis's desk, and we need to find Travis someplace to live in this area. So let's come here. We've kind of run out of housing in this area. I'm going to look into the Blue Enchanted. And the thing about the Blue Enchanted, and is this a level 5? Let's go in here for a second. Is this the A apartment? Let me see if this is level 5. It is a level 5, so now we can do it. We'll put down the doormats so that we can see who lives here. So we're using Halloween doormats right now, and we'll put ghosts right here. And this is Ryan, I think, and Logan living right here. Yes, they've been a couple for a long time. They are not chosen. They're another one of our couples that aren't officially chosen, but they have lived together for a long time. Here we have Edison, Braden, and Gray all living here. Is this a 5? This would need to be a 5, and it is a 5. We've taken out, yeah, so we took out one of the beds so that we don't have trouble. They're just roommating here. And there's room for Travis to live here. So let's come here and let's have Travis be assigned here, and we'll put, what did we put at the other one? We have a bat there. We can put a bat here, and we can put a pumpkin right here because I think, yes, Hannah, Zaria, and Cadence live in this apartment building here. So we'll put the pumpkin there, and there we go. This is the enchanted forest, the blue enchanted woods. And do we have anything pretty, or do we just want to put one of these somewhere? Is there any place to put one of these? We could only put it right here. We could have one here and one there. And I think that's okay. And here on this entryway right here, why don't we get, for Raquel, why don't we get a witch's hat for Raquel? And we'll put it right there. Excellent. So it's nighttime again. It's 8 o'clock at night. I'm going to put up some things. And yeah. And there we are. So let's see if we can find Stella before she disappears. I liked her numbers, and it would be cool if we could get her. When she comes out of university, she could either become an explorer. That would be a way for her to get mana up, or she could just work for the university. That would be a way for her to get mana up. And we'll see in a moment if we can find her. If she's still in town, even though she came in through the gatehouse, she will head straight for the tavern. And this is the city hall right here, the town hall. And this is the entrance to the taverns. And we have here Salvatore and Zaire. Wow, that's a great name. I don't want to look at them just yet. I want to look for Stella for a minute. See if there's any possibility that she's still here. And there she is. So let's look. She wants hand pies. She has good numbers. And yeah, I still think because she has relatives here that they heard, she heard about this place and she wants to be rescued. So we will, oh my gosh, look at that. She turned out to be, but you know what? She was asking for food, okay? I'm not gonna take food away from someone who's going to steal it. Obviously, they have a problem. And when we talk about these druids and these strong people who are doing bad things, they have a problem, and that's just all there is to it. And so we'll let her take the food, and hopefully she'll remember our generosity, and that is what we would like. Now here, Alec has a lot of focus, which means that he could become an amazing druid. He is already graduated. He would end up just going into the explorers, becoming an explorer, or working on research at the university if we kept him. And I'll have to see how I feel. Let's look. This is a grove, and this is a first-year student right here that we're looking at. And then last of all, Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack is skin in the game. Cactus Jack is skin in the game. I used to be just Jack. Then I made a bet with the devil. What was his name? Ray, I think. Anyways, being a cactus has interrupted my relationships. I've been wandering these lands for as long as I can remember. Then finally I saw your pathetic village and thought, someone that lame would definitely use my help. Good. Yeah, nah. Cactus, I see how you got your spiny name. I do indeed, but you have fun. And who's this here? Leia Cressy. And she's a student. Watch out for Cactus Jack. He's a sly one. Watch out for him. And Alec. So let's look at Alec Attleboro again. Now, if he was going to steal from us 38 focus, he's going to be an amazing, amazing researcher. He's already graduated. His creativity is pretty good. His knowledge is pretty good. Wow. That's interesting, isn't it? I think so. I don't know why I don't want him. I don't know why. I mean, probably because he can't be one immediately. He would have to study in order to be a druid. And I think that he can go anywhere and get any job. Look at these stats. But we needed a stonemason. Do we want to have Alec be a stonemason? Hold on, let's come over here and let's look for that name and see if we have that name. I'm never going to assume again that the name doesn't exist somewhere. B-U-R-G-H, not found. So this would be a new name added. You saw what he wanted, right? He wants an outrageous amount. And I would have to say it would be me, the ambassador from Ta'ana, who would say that he owes me. He will owe me for this favor, for what he wants. And sure enough, he's decided to stay. So we're going to do with him what we've done with the others. I am going to have him, he's going to the hotel for the night, the tavern. But we are going to have him go to the university and get acclimated. I like to have them do that first. And so we're going to assign him, it's 3:46 at night. Why don't we assign him a dormitory room so he can settle in for the night, and then I will get him enrolled or into the, there we go. And let's put that name on the list now. 2, 3. And this is Alec Guinness. Alec Guinness Adelberg. And Anakin I don't know what the B stands for right now. All right, so he just came and got into went into one of the rooms just now. That door that you heard was him going into a room. Somebody's sick. That's somebody being sick. They could be in the hospital. Let's put Alec. Let's have him study at the university. So he's just going to get acclimated to being in Arnaaluk. This allows him some time to get used to the city, and then he can decide what he wants to do. We have promised him a stonemason job, and we'll see if in fact he decides that he wants to take it. We have a bat. We have bats. And here come the kids. Here come our researchers. Where did I see that? It's still there. Hold on. What's going on there? You see what I see? I wonder if Nina doesn't have enough food, or if there's some medical problem. What's wrong, Mildred?
What is it?
Mildred, what's the matter? What was that
Is
she wanted?
there a problem?
I don't know, you tell. Oh, there we go. So there is a problem. She's waiting for medication. And it looks like she used her last medication on the patient who's no longer here, right? There's nobody in the ambulance. Okay, so she at least got them healed. And everybody's coming back here to Nina, and guess what? Nina's out of food.
Okay.
Isn't she? It's you, Leighton. You're the one. You're the one who needs some more. Now, we looked at these this morning. I'm not going to look at them now. She needs some more food, and let's hope that food is going to be delivered to her. And isn't that cool? Could you imagine walking into a small restaurant and seeing people? This is Atticus. Nice Atticus. This is Atticus in his costume as a blaze. And Franklin, are you there? Franklin's also a blaze. He's the baker. I don't know who that was. Okay, and here, let me see what Atticus has. Atticus has a tendency to hoard food, and sure enough. So let's take these away. He doesn't need all of this. He's not going anywhere. But finally, he is getting his equipment that he needs, which is good. And he'll have to get some more food later. When I'm giving this food back to Nina, it was just in his refrigerator. So we're going to put it here to allow her to have enough food. We'll give him this 18 back. And he's good there. Let's see what's over here. Let's take these from here and put them here. And so that's what's there for right now. Let's look, and there's only 2 teas. Should I? Nah. We'll give Atticus these.
Enough work for today.
Tired.
That's the explorers who were just talking about being tired for today. When they're tired, it's usually because they worked all night. And there we are. How interesting. So, Mildred and Kelsey's relative was the one who ran away with the spoon. The dish ran away with the spoon. She ran away, and we did not get what we needed. Okay, but we did get Alec, and we did get Alec Attleborough, and Anakin Bartolo. And Cactus Jack, skin in the game. This is a patron of Minecolonies team, the developers of Minecolonies, and that's one of the perks that you get, that your avatar is in everyone's game as a visitor. And people can actually hire you. I never do, but you can. And there's Laura. There's our first doctor. We have 3, Laura, Mildred, and Mauricio. So we have 2 Mauricios. Mauricio, who owns the restaurant, and then the kid, Mauricio, who's named after the restaurant owner, and he is a doctor. He's a doctor, grew up in Arnaaluk and became a doctor. Okay, next. Let's see what time. So this morning we did a lot on, I don't want to use that. Let's come here, come back here, make that go away. And you can see people running around in the background. This morning, we only spent like 5 minutes in Petit Arnaaluk. So I think I'm going to go back there because I want to look at some things that we're working on. And yeah, I guess I am looking a little bit tired this week. We drove cross country. We had to do some things. We're going to be here for a little while, so we were trying to get the place situated for that. Last time we were here for 3 months, but we were only supposed to be here for 2 weeks. This time we know we're going to be here for 4 months. And so we're just getting ourselves more settled this time. And that's been pretty interesting. And getting things all situated. Okay, now, I don't think I'm going to look for anyone else. Here's a McKenna. We haven't had a McKenna here. The mana and the focus is okay. She's not asking to be rescued. She's just visiting. And there's Arabella. Arabella is now our teacher.
Good to see you.
And she took over for Ariana, who took over the tower that Arabella had. Arabella wanted to be teacher because she is in a relationship now with Khalil, and they have kids. And so she wanted to actually have a house especially for the holidays, for the kids to be able to come home, or grandkids to come home. And so that is one thing that they do. All right. Let me think about this. I have a couple things that still need to be done, and we are always doing decorating on apartments. We could decorate, but in the area of the gatehouse, we're making another tourist area. And in that gatehouse area, we don't want to go this way. In that gatehouse area, we have a fitness center, we have baths, we have a restaurant, the hotel, there's Harry, and we have a bookstore. So we could use a little flower shop. The only problem with saying a little flower shop, and this is what we've done, this is probably why we don't have one yet there, is because whenever I think about it, the flower shop for arcology is not little. The one
Mutton and
flower shop
potatoes?
that's little
It can't get better than that.
is... there is one. Remember when we needed to put in a little tiny flower shop? Did we put in... we must have put in just a level 5 of High Ledger. When they come back here, they're usually going to the baths or to visit relatives. And there is Hannah, I believe. That's one of our chefs. And let me think. What tempo, Captain? Let me think about what I want to do here. Do I want to maybe try and fit some little tiny bookstore in? No, not bookstore. Flower shop right here. I would, but I would have to look at them all again and see what I would be looking at. So let's come here, let's put this here, put this down. Let's go up so that we're outside. What's your name? This is Emmett. And Emmett is just visiting. He is a second-year university student, and he is enjoying travel part of his education. And so here is where we want to put Oh. Ooh, we can't get in here. Hold on. I know, I saw that. So this is the dressing rooms on the baths, right there. And we're talking about putting a new place right here. So I'm going to try one more time about a small place. And let's come here. Let's look at dark dust. Yeah, and let's see what it looks like. Let's come to luxury bakery. No. Let's come to horticulture, a flower shop. So this is why we can't see. So it looks like a good idea, except that the flower shop has all this land outside, and then that land turns out to be land inside. And wait, yeah, it is a flower shop that we're talking about. Let me see. It's a nice size, but it doesn't work, obviously, because it's meant to be outside. And let's switch back. Who else might have? Arcology is too big, and I don't like the way it's set up. I don't like it. We've looked at it before. We've actually had it in one of our cities before. Steampunk, I don't remember right quick what the flower shop looks like. So let's do a level 5 and let's see what we're faced with. And so just a second. Oh, that's right, we're under ice. Okay, so it's a greenhouse. Oh yeah, this is a wonderful one. This greenhouse. But it is meant to be outside and has this full outside aspect to it in regards to the pitch of the roof and all of those kinds of things. And I don't really want to use them when they're like that. Let's go to Space Wars. SPACE. And let's look and see what a flower shop looks like here. Okay, no. I'd have to put that into, let me come here. I'd have to put this inside an arboretum in order for it to make sense. It's pretty. It definitely is. So that's the Space Wars. I'm really intrigued. I know. I'm intrigued. I am. I'm intrigued. We would have to put it inside a dome. And I think if we did, it's going to cut off. We have domes. We can go look for a second. Let's X for a minute. Let's come over to one of the domes we already have. And we can see that's the warehouse. Let's go this way. Let's go over to the university and go to the Exploration Center. The Exploration Center has a dome, and that's where the frogs are. We can come in one of the entrances right here. Whoosh. Come down in the water here and go into this. Wait for my sight to come back for a minute. There we go. Let's come in. It's very bright. kind of hurts my eyes. Oh, that's much better. All right, so this is a dome. This is the kind of dome it would have to go in. So let's come here, let's come to here. Let's go to horticulture and let's go to flower shop. And let's step out and let's see how much of this is on the inside of this building. So let's move this all the way up to the windows, and it's too big. See how much of it is outside on that side? That is places where they grow stuff. And on this side, I'm not entirely sure that they're growing anything on that side. Then it would look like this. Okay. So let's hex that. It's just too big. There they are. There's two frogs there, and a frog there. Oh, and there's another frog. So there's 4, I think, altogether. Cool. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get out of the park. This is the Druid Explorers Park, their meditation park right here. This is their building, the exploration building, which is part of the university, and their submarine is behind this wall, and upstairs here is their rec room right here with an amazing view. And so they can see what's going on all the time from up here. Okay, so let's come here. Whoosh. And let's continue. Let's go out. Because what we were actually doing was looking for a bookstore, and the Space Wars one is not going to work. So we're still looking. Wonk. And we'll just come over here, and we're in, I know where we are, we're in the farm country, and we can come up this farm right at the dorm. Yep. We're the farmers. And let's come back here. So what am I going to do? I think we're going to go to Minecolonies in just a moment, and we'll spend the second part of our time there. Just as soon as we figure out what kind of flower shop we could possibly put in. Okay. There we are. So there you can see the warehouse, the balloon for the balloon that carries you over to Minecolonies. And over here you can see the trees and the tower, the 2 towers, Druid stations, and then the 3rd station, the entry. And we're okay. All right. Yep, I know, I did. I closed my eyes. All right. So let's come back up here for a second since we're here. And let's do ourselves a favor. Let's get that to come on. Perfect. Because that means I have the builder tool in my hand. And we can come right over here Look at the ground. So Space Wars doesn't work. And nothing's really going to work. Aquatica's too big. Tropical is on, I'm pretty sure is on a tall, yeah, is on things like this. This would maybe work in, wow. And look at that tropical work site. I love the warehouse. Or like a greenhouse. Isn't this neat, the way this part is a greenhouse? And then there's this area out here. Let's look at the whole thing for a second. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can see that it's meant to be outside. It's got trees outside. I'm just not going to find anything. Switch. Old English. Let's look again. Let's look at luxury. Works. Stoneworks. Cookery, which is now. I'm going to look at the chef's kitchen. That's X. Let's do that again. What was showing me that? Is that horticulture? Farm complex. Decorations. Other. Town square. Supply camp. Tower Square. That's not where we're supposed to be. Let's come here. Farm doesn't give us anything. There it is. Flower shop under planter. X. Let's do that again. Under plantation, that's what it was. Flower shop. Where are you? Ah, there we go. And notice it's supposed to be part of another building. And so this side is completely open here because it's part of another building. What I like about this is that it looks like you could actually put, attach that to a house or something like that. Remember when we were attaching a little greenhouse to one of the original houses? Because it just looked like something should be there like that. This is what that would be. So this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there we have it. All right, so that's Old English. Underwater, Aquatica, they're both big. Shire additions. Uh-oh, I just went to sleep. I just went to sleep. I did. Right then. I had a dream. I had a dream. I was dreaming. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to have to stop. Shoot. I know I'm supposed to be looking at flower shops. I know. Shire additions. I just went to sleep. That was wild. And they don't have anything in Shire Edition. Shire, let's come down the list for a second. It's Shire Additions, Sanditon. I don't think so. Let's look for a second. Where's the flower shop? There it is. Ooh. Let's see what happens. It's a greenhouse. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has that picturesque. Look at this. That's adorable, actually. It definitely looks like a flower shop. Wow, this would be interesting. Why didn't I see that when because I wanted it to be a part of the farmer's market. And this looks like an actual shop, like in a town or something like that. I don't think I have any way for this to be. It doesn't have a backyard. This looks like it's the front of the shop, and it is. It looks like they've connected it so that if you wanted to, you could have the house be attached on the back. This is Thaler. Getting an amazing look with the windows in the front here, and I love it. I can't do anything with that. I know. That's such a shame. Let's continue for a sec. Littleton and all of those are going to have what they have. I'm not going to be able to find anything. I know what Cavern looks like. Colonial has, and all of these have these pitched roofs for being outside, for snowy places. Here's our only 2 possibilities. Incan I haven't looked at. And there it is. Okay, so it's completely dependent on the mountain. So it has a mountain area. This is quite nice, actually. So there's water down here on both sides. And then that's some of their water source there. They're growing things. Notice they have sea pickles in the water and seagrass in the water there. I don't have anything that's going to match what flower shops need to be. And that is it. Let's do one more. Let's come all the way down to the bottom. Crimson Keep, every once in a while, surprises us, but we already know what Crimson Keep looks like because we have one already. And Antique is the one that has the outside altars, because it's a Greek or Turkish or Greek. I think it's meant to be Greek. And so it always has, and it doesn't have interesting luxury flower shop. And they always have the front yard, they always have the altar piece. And this has this big, huge yard because all the flowers are being grown outside. There it is. There's the altar. And there's the place. It's interesting when you're doing stuff underwater and underground, the choices that you have for things. So we don't have any. We would have to do another one of underwater bases flower shops. And so far we have 2 flower shops that are aquatica, and this would give us 2 flower shops that are let's go ahead and look and see the size of the flower shop for a minute and this location that we have here. and see if we want to put a flower shop, let's say like right here, for example, off of this hallway. I would prefer not. I would prefer it to be here. There might be enough room, but I don't think there is. That flower shop's pretty big. Underwater base. And the other one won't fit at all. Underwater base and horticulture. Let's go to luxury. And there's the flower shop. And let's see how big it is. Let's turn it around. Let me see if there's any way it would fit into that space. But no, it's huge. Look at this. So we want it to fit like right in here. And it's just not the right shape to do that. So here's the flower shop here. Let's turn it this way, turn it back this way, turn it around, and let's connect it to this hallway and see how much overlap there is. I can see the overlap right now with the fitness center. So there's the overlap. So it overlaps the fitness center too much, and it overlaps, wow, just barely. Look at this. Wow. This building is a level 5, so nothing's going to happen more with this apartment building right here. Flower shop right here. So close to being possible. But the doorway couldn't be there. It would have to be off of this hallway right here. Where's it going? There it is. It would have to be off of this hallway right here. Do I have a way down? I do. So here we are right here. Is there more than one entrance? There is not. These shops usually are... Oh, but there is. Ooh. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's put it here. Let's go back down. Let's look at the hallway for a second. There's the hallway. That's the correct hallway section there. Let's come over to this side where the flower shop piece would be a little bit hidden by the glacier right there. What would happen if we used this entrance? That's what we're going to check. So there are two entrances. One of them faces this way. Or what if it came off here? Wow. This would be a little bit away from the... Wait, there's no entrance there. Hold on. Hold on. This would be a little bit away if it went right here. So one of them could go right here like this, and then they would see the pictures right there for the flower shop, except I would want it to come all the way back as close as possible to here. And then the question would be, do we want something here? This is actually an entrance right here. do we want it to be here in some kind of way and have something else be in between these two? So see, we have this right here. We have this. If we move this out and was able to put it like right here like this, with that corner being there like that, that might actually be quite fascinating. And then this entrance would be here like this. So there'd have to be something here also for people. So think about all the stuff that we have. Think about all the different things that we have and places that we want. Let me take this is the floor gray right here. Let's come from here and make sure that the floor is at the right place. Right there like that. And that is correct. Let's come over here. Let's take floor out from here. And let's take floor over to here, and perfect. Match that up. So we would have this sitting here like this flower shop. And then over here, we'd have to have something else. We don't have a clothing store in this area. So we would have a restaurant, a bakery. So the restaurant, the bakery, the hotel, the baths, the fitness center, the bookstore, the flower shop, the entrance to the city, the flower shop right here, and some sort of store right here. Now we could just make the whole thing a shopping center here, but if we do that, we're going to have another set of housing. There won't be enough housing in this area. There already isn't enough housing, which is why Case is staying in the hotel. And if we did housing to add to this section right here, we would probably put it right here. Actually have another apartment building come out from here to be just for the people in this area. So, which is really weird because we don't have that many people in this area, and yet we do, all at the same time. So I'm not inclined to put anything. If I did put something here, I could put some family homes, some small family homes here, like we have in the fishing area. And that would actually work, just a couple homes. Here, we could move the couples out of some of those apartments there and have them be out here. Let's do that. Let's set this for where we want this to be. So let's come here, let's go back to 1. This is 1 right here. And let's come to here, and it is constructed and let's X. So this is the flower shop right here. And on this corner right here, we would need something right here. Right there. Let's put in these so that someone can work on these. Hallie's still working, and so Hallie and Case can still work on these buildings. Let's put in right now underwater base, infrastructure, corridors, glass, level 3. Let's turn it this way and raise it up and match the entrance and this piece right here. You have to make sure it's at the same level. It is. Is this inside this? No, it is not. So it's sitting here perfectly right between the two of these things right here. Level 3. And this is constructed right here. And we'll open that up when we get to it. Over here, did we lose a portion of an iceberg here? We did. Okay. So right here, I'm just gonna, I'll take this part down from there. It's gonna take down anyway because we have to put this here. So let's go to corridors, glass. Let's get a corner glass first. Or do we want a quad? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We might still be able to do something in those two areas. What? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Let's do a corridor glass. Let's do a quad, which is a cross. Level 3. And where is it? Okay, that's X. Let's come here and do that again. Infrastructure, corridors, glass, cross, level 3. Doesn't pay if it's too far away to drag it. And let's move this over 1. And that gives us pretty much what we need in that direction, in that direction. Okay, guys, look out. Constructed and X. Have to be careful about them. They want to play games. Oh, and there he is. There he is. Hello. Hi. And let's come here and let's do infrastructure, corridors, glass, segment level 3. And let's see how these are, how much room we need here. Let's say we don't need this part. I agree. So level 3, constructed there, and X. Okay, so this is now connected with this piece right here into this area here, and then this piece. So this is going to be interesting. Why don't we just do with it what is going on right here? So let's take this and bring this way. Nope, wrong place. To Mr. Villager, making it at a time, kind of. Hi. Okay. Quite interesting. It's cool. They actually swim in groups. They do. They do indeed. How are you, Mr. Villager? How's your day been so far? Mr. Villager was with me earlier on Twitch. We had a fun time. Okay, so let's put in this one. Nope, that's the wrong place. And there we go. Okay, so from here, I think we're going to need one here. And then we need these all the rest of it is glass. So let's get the glass and put in. So I'm adding a flower shop. And I'm kind of in the position that you were in earlier, where I need another kind of shop. And there isn't one. There isn't another kind of shop like what I need. But I want some kind of shop. Like a I don't even know. I have no idea what I'm talking about in regards to what I would like it to be. Oops, too many. So I've got a flower shop. I've got a bookstore. I've got an athletic center, a bath. I've got restaurant, bakery, and this is the flower shop here. I don't have a clothing store, which would be a Fletcher. I suppose I could put a Fletcher in and have a clothing store for sure off of this area here. And that's kind of an interesting area to have it, because it would be like they just got to town, and if they want, they can look at some things that they can wear while they're underwater here, and that kind of is interesting to think about. And let's take this side. We'll see in a minute. Now, Arcology has great shop for a little tiny clothing store. We could actually have 2 dye shops here, 2 different clothing stores. That might actually be interesting. But if we do that, we would then need 1 person here. We would need 2 people here. That's 3. Don't need anybody for these 2 shops unless we put something in here where there was somebody here in the mystic. Most of these are druids in these areas, and the baker is here, and the restaurant owner is here. These housing here would be too far away for them. If I put in some separate little housing right in this spot right here, dun 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 dun, yay, Hallie. If I put in some separate in this area, this would be really interesting. Let's say this part here. Let's put this down on the ground right here. And let's bring this up. I'm making something that's holding this building up. Right on this side. And over here. Okay. Right here where this is. Let's bring down this, 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 and this. We brought these down before to make a piece on the ground. Comes to right here, right here. Oops. 2, 3, 4, and let me move over here. And finally, and there we have that one. So that's holding those up. in that other place in a little bit. That's strong enough to hold that up. And this is the new store. So if we did two little clothing stores right here, that would actually be quite interesting. And we could close these stores up. I like the idea of having two little clothing stores right here. Two different types of clothing stores. Like a hat shop, or like one doing helmets, hats, and one doing clothes. That would be most curious. Oh, jewelry. Jewelry store. That's right. That's right. We could have a jewelry store. So this is the underwater base big flower shop here. A jewelry store and a clothing store. Let's look. Underwater base. Let's change to arcology. Remember that thing about arcology, that we already have one of each of these buildings. So it's not like we're making this, it doesn't matter. This is what we want. Let's get a Fletcher. Nope. Although we could do Fletcher too. Because we don't have a Fletcher shop near here. A Fletcher? Yeah, if we did a Fletcher, that's all it is. If we did another Fletcher here so that people could buy, but I don't like the arcology one. Let's look at Cavern for a second. Just like Prosino. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Let's come here and let's go to Fletcher. Default Fletcher. And let me... Level 5. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is interesting. This is actually interesting. This would be a really nice store to have right in this area. Let's put it this way. So it could actually be in the ground, in the actual hillside here, because it's cavern style. Let's bring the doorway down and move it over to here and pull it out so I can see its relationship to this. So of course this always happens with this, that the let's look here. Lady Shatana's style is 2 doors, and arcology and not arcology, aquatica and underwater base are 3-door walkways, or 3-block walkways, and Lady Shatana uses 2-block walkways. So if we are going to, let's look at the level 5 for a minute, because we have to build a level 5, because we have to build this, it's underwater. And if we do that, here's the piece right here on both sides. This is going to make one of these uneven places again. But this is the one that we have to be careful of, the hut block. And this one over here, we can do something else with. And I think that's what we're going to do. This is big enough to make a nice store to go here for people to buy Grandpa here is going to party once again. Yes. So here we go. So this is what we would be talking about. Putting a piece right here. And it is all set to go in this location right here. We can actually stand right here. Now this is underwater. So that's the reason that we build it. Because it's underwater. Now that's interesting that the carpet isn't coming up with the water being there. Curious. Let's put sponges. Let's get ourselves a sponge from here. If I need this, close this up. Let's get ourselves a sponge. Let me put this in. Did it go in? Where did it go? I don't know where it went. It probably went in there. Let's put this here. Why do I have those? Let's do that for a second. And then we'll check on the other. Let's take this off right here, and this part is here. So this is the new flower. This is the new fletchery right here. Why do I have these? Hold on. Let's make these go away. Oh, because I was doing stuff? Yeah, I guess so. Let's put these here. And this here. Let's put this up here. And we'll just hold on to this for a second. And so we have one door here, and this part right here is going to be the door also on this side. So the door is going to come here like this. So this isn't going to be here. This is going to be a full doorway. And notice all the carpet's gone now. Take all the carpet up. And we'll see how much of it we want to use when the time comes. And there's a piece missing right there. Let's put that in. And then we have that. Yep. Alright, so we'll leave this for a moment. And this is, of course, half the building is sitting in this glacier. And so we don't have to worry about it falling over or needing some support. It's sitting underneath that glacier right there. And that's a perfect, thank you, that is perfect. And then clothing or jewelry store. We could do clothing and jewelry. And that would be interesting. That definitely would. Now if we wanted, we could do we want to do jewelry, for instance, in the, I don't know. I have to think about it. If I have something that looks good for that. I know that I can do a dye shop. Click and do arcology. The arcology dye shop, because we have a couple of these. And so we can take it. Level 5, and let's bring it over here. So see, that's all it is. And we've taken these and we've done all sorts of stuff with it. put in places for them to have racks and things like that, and we can do that. And have that be, or we could do a combination clothing and dye, and like we did in that wasn't Brasino, that was Emily Island. That's what that was. Yes, in Emily Island we did we had jewelry store. Rosa Oru, we had a jewelry store too. Let's look at Cavern for a second. Cavern, and let's look at Default Blacksmith. And let's look at it for a second, level 5, and see what's inside. So remember this? So remember we took this and we had clothing in here in Emily Island. On Emily Island we had clothing, and we could do clothing and jewelry in this store. And that'll work. It's actually a blacksmith. And that allows us to have jewelry, and also allows us to, I think I definitely want to do that. So will the jewelry store fit over here? The clothing and jewelry store. Let's come over here. Let's go to here, let's go to here, default blacksmith level 5, and let's move it so that I can see its size, and then we'll see if it can fit in here. So this is the fitness center, if I'm not mistaken, at a level 5 right there. And that's the entrance that we would want it to be attached to. I don't think we can fit anything in this area right here. I think everything is going to come up against the fitness center and be in the way of it, and so we can't do anything with it. So see the door there? We'd have to be able to bring this all the way over, and you can see right now that in that section there, it is clashing right there. So let's bring this back down right here. And let's forget about putting this here. Let's X. Do we want a coffee shop or something in that part? Possibly. Okay. Let's come here. And let's go to metallurgy, default to blacksmith. And there we are, and level 5. And in order for it to match this, let's bring this part, that's there. So we want to bring this out to here so that the door is going to come to the end of that building right there. So some of these won't be ready in time for the holiday. I would love for these to be ready in time for the holiday, but I don't think they're going to be. Let's bring it all the way up to the edge of that building. So those two buildings are this close. I'm good with that. And let's look. So once again, we have this situation where the hut lock is on this side. So if we're going to open this up more, this would come to here, and this side right here wouldn't be here. And I'm fine with that. That's in the right place, and this is the right place for this one. And we would have that section right here, the hallway here. Let's do this. This is level 5. Constructed X. Alright. So this is all flowing away, of course. Let's pick these up. And now we need a piece of hallway, underwater base hallway right here. Infrastructure corridors, glass segment, level 3, and let's bring it over, turn it sideways, and let's stick it right here. And what are we looking at? Let's come down to the door, and let's look at this door. So it definitely has to match up to that right there, which it seems like it's doing. So that's matching to that, and coming all the way over to here, and coming right up to that wall, and right over this one. And we're good with that. And that's level 3, constructed X. Okay, so that is closed. So we now have 2 new stores here, 3 new stores here, and we have this area. We could have an airlock in this area if we needed, but I don't think so. I think this is going to be okay. We have the taxi stand. What was that? Oh, that was bow and arrow. We have the taxi stand right here. And now I'm going to, just for a minute, make all of these go away. This is one of mine, but I'm going to need it back here. What are you waiting for? Are you still waiting?
It's a fine morning.
It is? What makes it fine? You still need 290 and 290 and 474. He's actually getting them. Look at this. He has 250 of them. He doesn't have any of the stairs yet. He has the lanterns. And so he just needs some more white concrete. And that is being worked on, if I'm not mistaken. And so right here at this section, we're now going to have this. And we have this section here. This here. This in here. Is water coming in the windows? No. And that's here. This section. And we have this. And we have this. So we have 1, 2, 3. And let's walk through this section here. Oops. Did we lose anything else? No. And let's go here. And there we have it. Alright. And so this is the flower shop. A nice, big, beautiful, amazing flower shop. right here. Over here is the clothing and jewelry store. This is going to be a combination of clothing and jewelry, and it's going to be really nice. And then over here, this is a Fletcher shop, considering that there is a fitness center down the hall, and this will allow them to get their bows and arrows and whatever they need in regards to that. And if they want to look at some other things like fishing rods and things like that, that'll be fun. Let's get that one. Is there one missing from here? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. And so we have a bunch of things going on right here. Can be looked at. We don't need the blenders. And these shelves, we'll take them out and we'll do something. This is old style. This is Lady Chaitana's first cavern style, and it is nice. We'll see what we're going to do about it in regards to, like for instance, this hall right here. Are we going to have this part here be glass so that they can look inside the store? And if we want to do that, is this going to be like a glass window area here that they can look right in this part? And we'll think about that. And then over here is the clothing store here. It has another section right there. And we'll see if in this part right here we want to put some clothing mannequins. How would we do that? We'd have to do that with panels. We'd have to panel this whole corner here and let it be used like that. Oops. And right here, right to here for a minute. We'll see what the colors are. We'll see what the colors are for these specific. What time is it? 5. Wow. The time is gone. But we did do some fascinating things. We did not really see much of Petit Arnaaluk this time. I'm going to have to spend like a whole day in Petit getting things done there. But for right now, this is the flower shop. And I don't know why I just did that, because we are going to have a builder come build here. And Hallie is working on, we've got 2 builders in this area, so that's not going to be a problem. I just have to figure out what they're working on and get them to continue in this area. And there we go. And over here, and then we have this 1, 2, 3. We don't have enough room here for light, but we actually need 1 and 2. That would put the light here in their doorway. Take these down. And I'm good with this. Let's come over here and take the ones down here. This is, oh, it's a banner actually. It is not a flag. It's actually just a banner piece. Take this away. And this is the place that we were talking about, that we would have clothing displayed on this side right here. Let's take this away for right now and take this here, bring this over. And so in this section right here, where this is, this right here, this would go away all the way to here. Let's be careful with the Fletcher. The Fletcher's right there. Let's let's say that the clothing store is going to have pieces right here all the way up to here, and the Fletchery can have some pieces right here. So we'll take this away and see right here where this is. This is where the Fletchery is. Let us get a piece of white here. And that's how this is going to be. So what are we talking about? We're actually talking about putting in, let's bring this back right there. Hi, I know what time it is. It's 5. Huh?
Not saying what time it is.
Oh, okay. Are you just saying hi?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, it's so funny, Vincentus, about an hour and a half ago, I went to sleep completely. I was dreaming. I can do it on both sides, and that'll be fun. That'd be nice, actually. So on this side we have this, see right here? On this side right here where this is, we could bring the store out from this side and have like a jewelry section here or something. This is the hut block. And that would be fascinating there. So that's what we're going to work on next time. I have been on for 2 hours, and today I'm so happy to see you all. And Mr. Villager had to go off and do stuff, I think, because they are not talking. So I think that means that they had to do things in the real world, which is fine. Mr. Villager, glad to see you here. I'm so glad you're here. And everybody who's watching, who is not in chat, thank you for being part of, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And enjoy your games, everyone. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. And the only reason why I'm not really showing myself, remember, is because there was something wrong with Minecraft's computer setup, and so we couldn't connect. I'm essentially playing offline, the game offline, so that would be really, really sad if I get back in and it goes, what? You didn't do anything. What are you talking about? I see the moon setting over there, and it just looked really cool, but it's gone now. So yeah, so this is the Gatehouse District, and in this area is shops for people who are coming from the land, and we have just put in these lovely shops here. This is the Gatehouse. That's the stairs going up to the land, and when they come in, this is sort of like the customs. This is the information center. Well, we could call it the Visitors Information Center here. And then over here we have a Fletcher shop, so we have bows and arrows, and here we're going to have clothing and jewelry. And do I have one of those? Take that off. And then over here we have a beautiful flower shop that's going to be there. So that's 1, 2, 3 people who are going to work in this area. And then we have the this is actually a bookstore right here. And do you know, I think I'm going to put a coffee shop here. I think I'm going to put a little tiny, either a little tiny restaurant. It would almost have to be a coffee shop. I'll have to think about that. Think about what I want to use to look like a coffee shop to be there. But putting everything away for now, we still have a whole day to decorate and to get ready and to watch what everyone's doing in anticipation for the holiday that is the biggest holiday for Minecraft, and that is Halloween. And so here we go. Bye for now, everyone. I will see you soon. Bye for now.